Good morning, it's Kat here from the Helpful Academy, and today I'm answering all your questions about customer audience or target client, all that good stuff. So this can be a really difficult area for a lot of businesses, and to be honest, it's one that I've struggled with a lot in my business as well, and that is the question of who are our best target audience. And this question has come up this week in particular because it's our action task on our February business growth calendar, which is to figure out who your ideal customers are. So how do you figure it out? And here are a couple of questions that I've been asked. My tip to you in order for you to figure out who your best customers are is to think about your favorite or your best customers in the past. You know, going back, I mean, this is not so useful, obviously, if you're a brand new business, but if you're an established business or you've had any customers, then go back and think, which were the ones that were the nicest to deal with? Okay, so we want to know which ones are the nicest to deal with. And then what things do they have in common with each other? So are they from a similar age demographic? Are they from a similar gender? Are they from a similar location? All of that kind of stuff. And think about what they have in common with each other. I always go back to my favorite clients to deal with when I'm trying to work this out. So who are my favorite clients to deal with? Because obviously being a service-based business for my consulting, I want to work with clients who I enjoy working with, right? So I think who are the ones that I most enjoy working with? What type of businesses do they have? What location do they have? What have they got in common with each other? For me, I deal with a lot of mums, and I deal with basically a lot of people like me. It's just how it happens. So that's the first thing in trying to work out who your target market is. The second thing that I have had asked to me is, but I have more than one target market, so what now? And that's okay, that's perfectly normal. Actually, my answer there would be that I believe all businesses in the long term, for their own business protection, should have more than one target market. It goes back to that old adage or saying that we don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket, so to speak. So if something happens there, like there's an industry shift or, something happens and that target market that you've been focusing on disappears, then you have still got another target market to focus on. However, in saying that, one of the mistakes that businesses make when they're first starting is that they try and talk to too many different target markets at once. So while, yes, it is a very good idea to have more than one target market and to write a little avatar for 2 or 3 different groups of people, if you're starting out, definitely start with only 2. I don't recommend more than that. But the rule of thumb is that you only want to focus on growing your business or promoting to one target market at a time for quite some period of time. And over the weekend at my conference, I just learnt that their rule of thumb is for 12 months. Depending on your business, you may be able to swap and start marketing to your second avatar sooner than that. But ultimately, until you are making regular sales and that target market marketing and sales are humming, you don't want to move on to your next target market. Okay, so I would probably err on using that as your benchmark of whether you're ready to move on and start marketing to a different target market. In that, am I making sales to this one? Am I happy with the level of my sales? And then, okay, is it time to move on? So I guess, if we consider my own business for a minute and think about my own target markets, because I've got 2 distinctly different target markets. I've got one who are startup businesses, motivated business people, but they don't have a lot of money to spend necessarily on getting some help. So for that, I have my online school, okay, and I sell a whole lot of online courses that are there, accessible to them, but not at the cost of, say, one-to-one services would be. Then I have business owners who've generally been in business for 2 years. They generally earn over, say, 80,000 or definitely over 50, 60,000 a year, and they value their time more than they value the money. They know that they need someone to come in and help them one-to-one, and an online course is not where they're at the moment. So that would be my second target market. Okay, so the two are related and they often do feed each other, and people often grow from one of my target markets, you know, the DIY kind of startup, to, and if I'm doing a good job helping them there, then they'll grow into the second target market. Okay, so these are the things that you can think about and help you when you're defining and writing who you're going to target. So there you go, we've explored the parts that you need to write down in order to define your target market, and we've also talked about whether you should have more than one target market or how long you should market to one target market before starting to market to the second. If you do find that you're just stuck when it comes to figuring out who your target market are, then please reach out to me and I'll be only too happy to help. That's it from me for today. I'll see you in the next video.